Peace and welcome to Oddly Familiar. Today is all about a sample that we have dubbed Let's Party. Originally titled Rap Phrase, there's 51 parts. Each one contains around one, maybe two sentences. And it comes from the Best Service Sample Library titled Hallelujah. Here's a quick snippet.
So dance while I put you in a trance. Let's party, put the boogie in your body. Sensation, feel the vibration.
Shout out to BearSona for hooking us up on this episode. He gave us almost every submission today and pointed us in the right direction for the sample. Also shout out to Good Vibe Collecting for giving us an additional entry. Now let's get this party started. The first game we have found it in is the Flintstones, the options menu theme.
Let's party, put the boogie in your body. Let's party, put the boogie in your body.
Released in February of 1995 on the Super Nintendo, this is by far the oldest game. The next entry is released around 5 years later. You won't find the sample on the Game Boy, as that game has a different developer. The SNES soundtrack was composed by Keith Tinman and Jonathan Dunn. They used only Rap Phrase 2, because when a game is only 5 megabytes total, you can't have one sample taking up nearly 20% of it. Some compression on the sample is definitely needed.
Let's party, put the boogie in your body. Let's party, put the boogie in your body.
Next up is from the PAL version of Cool Borders 2, the end results screen.
Take a stand, pull the concept, flip to the script. Yes, we are the best. Check one, check one. When I come down right to the sun.
Arranged and composed by Jason Page, the PAL release has a different soundtrack than the Japanese and the American versions. Cool Borders 2 was first released in 1997, but the European version with this soundtrack wasn't released until 1998. I can confirm, in order, they used Rap Phrase samples 34, 33, 46, and 45. If you're interested in what all of the samples say, check the pinned comment or in the description. We will post in both places.
Come on, freak it out, the sensation. Body free, generate the foundation. Cool, kick the nation with the groove. Then we rock the place when the bass gets cool.
Up next is Persona 2, Innocent Sin, from the CD shop Giga Macho. First released on the PS1 on June 24th of 1999, and then re-released on the PSP over a decade later in 2011. The re-release contains a remix soundtrack, and that's why you see two groups of composers. The soundtrack was not completely changed, so you can find the sample on both versions. I hear Rap Phrase 2, 5, 24, and definitely some Rap Phrase 45. The next game the samples are featured in is from DDR's second remix, a track titled Think You Better Div. Right off the bat, I hear multiple samples used. I can confirm, in order, they used Rap Phrase 24, 19, 20, 7, 23, and 14. And that's just the first verse. The second verse is full of samples from Rap Phrase 25 through 51. Released on August 26th of 1999, 2 months after Persona 2.
The house transmission, everybody, write your decision. Time, the new astrology, magical things combine history. Listen up, sister.
Next up is from Dead or Alive 2, a theme titled Yes or Yes. Now now the third game that used one of the samples in just 1999 alone. There's a few samples used. I can definitely hear Rap Phrase 45. First released in arcades on October 16th of 1999, you can also find the sample on the PS2 and Sega Dreamcast, as all three contain the same soundtrack.
Come on, freak it out, the sensation. Body free, generate the foundation. Yeah, a magical mystery thing. Check it out, yeah, the hit house thing. Check one, when I come, check one, when I come, check one.
Next up is from Jet Set Radio, one titled Everybody Jump Around.
Jump around now. Jump around now. Jump around now. Get down. Jump around now.
So it's always a little easier to find when the sample is right in the title. Released in June of 2000, it was pretty much an exclusive to the Dreamcast for over a decade, unless you count this Java release in Japan only. Everybody Jump Around was composed by Richard Jacques. He has appeared in numerous oddly sampled episodes. Rap Phrase 10 is definitely sampled here, just listen for the jump around part.
Jump around now. Get down. Jump around now.
A few years later, Fusion Frenzy used the samples on a theme titled Rock Your World.
Come on, girl, let me rock your world. Come on, girl, let me rock your world.
Confirmed in the track is Rap Phrase number 9. They take the second portion of the sample when he says, "Come on girl, let me rock your world." Composed by Rob Lord, a British composer who has an extensive resume on film, TV, and of course video games. Released on November 14th of 2001 for the original Xbox.
Come on, girl, let me rock your world. Come on, girl, let me rock your world. Come on, girl, let me rock your world.
And a few years after that, Star Ocean Till the End of Time was released and contained a theme titled Bitter Dance.
So dance while I put you in a trance. Sensation, feel the vibration. So dance while I put you in a trance.
Released on February 27th of 2003 on the PlayStation 2, with the director's cut released about 1 year later. The soundtrack was composed by Motoi Sakuraba. He's a very underrated composer, and you may know him from any number of games. He first started composing for video games back in 1989 and still works to this day. On this theme, I can hear at least 15 different samples, all of which you can see right now.
I say, hey, what you got to say, what you got to say. Jump around now. Jump up and get down. Yeah, get up off that thing. Dance, shake, let's swing. Feel the fire when it burns the
Up next, we have a double whammy. Both are from the King of Fighters Neowave. The first up is titled Cool Killers.
What you got to say, what you got to say.
And the next one from the same game is the Geese Howard theme titled Speed Hooker.
Kick the nation with the groove, then we rock the place when the bass gets moved. Come on, freak it out, the sensation. Body free, generate the foundation.
Released in 2004 on July 30th in arcades, and then over the next few years it was released on a few different home consoles. King of Fighters Neowave is a remake of the King of Fighters 2002. Not to be confused with the King of Fighters 2002 Unlimited match, which is a remake of the same game. None of those feature the same sample, and it's used 4 times in Neowave if you include the arranged soundtrack.
Come on, freak it out, the sensation. Body free, generate the foundation.
Up next is another DDR game from Dance Dance Revolution Extreme CS. Here's Funk Boogie by Funk Kid featuring Cool Boys.
So dance while I put you in a trance. We can get get it started. Yeah, sensation, feel the vibration, action, fun. I say, hey, 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 what you got?
Released on September 21st of 2004, composed by Sota Fujimori. He likes synthesizers, dogs, cleanliness, and kind people. He dislikes bargaining, lying, and rain. I wonder how he feels about sand. You may have heard some of his music and not even know it, because he has about 20 nicknames, Funk Kid being one of them. Confirmed are samples 1, 13, 3, 21, 5, 17, and 10.
So dance while I put you in a trance. We can get it started. Yeah, sensation, feel the vibration, action, fun. I say, hey, 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 what you got?
Next is our third and final DDR game on the list, Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix, and the track titled Pipe Pop.
Put the boogie in your body, dance while I put you in a trance. Let's party. I say, what you got?
In a double whammy, you can also hear the Turkish march in this theme. First released in July 2005 with the soundtrack composed by Yuichi Asami, which is actually his real name. Ichi means one in Japanese, so you can see how he got the name. He has many nicknames, but usually you will see at least that U1. Looking at his resume, I also notice he composed and arranged the theme from earlier, Think You Better D, so this isn't his first time he used a rap phrase sample.
Put the boogie in your body, dance while I put you in a trance. Let's party. I say, what you got? Say what you got. Say, be my lady.
Our last entry today comes from Persona 3, Iwa Torai Dorm.
So dance while I put you in a trance. Let's party. Boogie in your body. Want that body. Make sure you don't hurt nobody. I say, hey.
And this is actually a double whammy, because you can also find the samples used on the track Joy.
I said 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, y'all. I get on the floor.
First released in 2006 for the PS2, Persona 3 has a few different versions, like Persona 3 PSP and Persona 3 FES. Both tracks were composed by Shoji Meguro. He has a long resume, with a ton of them being from the Persona franchise. The first game he ever composed for was the very first Persona game, so he's been there since the very beginning.
Feel the fire with a burning desire. Yeah, get up off of that thing. Dance and shake and let's swing. Come on, girl, let me rock the world. I said 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, y'all. I get on the floor.
So I'm sure there's some more games that use some of the samples. If we missed any that you know about, feel free to let us know. Again, quick shout out to BearSona and Good Vibe for the submissions. And last but never least, huge shout out to Golden Tier patrons, BearSona again, Quantum X, MJJ, and Sloperai Johnson. I am ICC. Thanks for watching. Peace.